Fort Hood police sergeant, hailed as a hero after helping to take down the alleged shooter, Major Nadal Hassan, is speaking out about the way she and other victims have been treated by the government following this tragedy.
Not to the least little bit have the victims been taken care of. In fact, they've been neglected.
Ouch. Now she and more than 100 others have joined a lawsuit against the government. They say the government's doing little to help them in the aftermath of that shooting. Sgt.Alonzo Lunsford is one of those victims, and he's involved in the litigation. He joins us now live from Charlotte. Mr. Lunsford, thanks a lot for coming on. So tell us, how have you been treated? Sum up how you've been treated by the federal government since this shooting.
Well, actually, my treatment as of late has been kind of crazy. You know, it's basically as if we're like redhead stepchildren. As if what happened to us really doesn't matter. It's not showing a high level of importance. And those of us that are in the military, we're kind of being rushed out, and the benefits that we typically would receive if this was a combat event, opposed to being called workplace violence, is a huge difference. And it's more or less like a smack in the face of how we've been treated, considering the service that we have been given to our nation.
And Sergeant Lunsford, I don't have to tell you that one of the biggest controversies of the aftermath of this tragedy is that Major Nadal Hassan is not considered a terrorist. This wasn't considered terrorism. This was a workplace shooting. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is that's a lie. And let me tell you the reason why. One is because it's all military personnel, DOD personnel, we have to take training, level 1 anti-terrorist training, level 2 anti-terrorist training. And in that training, they have the Fort Hood shooting as a terrorist act, 1. 2, that there's evidence from the Westwood report and also from the Ticking Time Bomb report that dictates that Major Hassan was following orders from Anwar al-Awlaki that was giving him permission to perform his jihad that day, which spawned the attack on the building in Fort Hood.
So when you heard the shooter scream Allahu Akbar as he was pulling the trigger, as he began this, was there any doubt in your mind that he was motivated by religion and ideology as terrorists are?
None at all. There was no doubt, because in our training in the military, that's one of the things that we are taught, that before a jihadist would perform their act, that's one of the things that they say, God is great. That's their motivating piece, to give them the energy to perform whatever devious act that they're getting to perform.
Sergeant Lunsford, you say that you want to make sure that the mistakes that led to this tragedy never happen again. So what do you want to see happen?
Well, the individuals that were in charge of Major Hassan when he was at Walter Reed, they need to be held accountable. Not being held accountable by doing a lateral transfer from one department or one division to another. They need to be held accountable by showing dereliction of duty, not stepping up doing their job. The other thing is that we need to have better lines of communication between all the federal services, because FBI San Diego, FBI DC were tracking Major Hassan, but they did not let DOD know about the issues that was going on with this man, as well as if DOD did not let FBI know, or Homeland Security know, the issues that they were having with this man.
Those are problems.
Yes, they are. Sergeant Alonzo Lunsford joining us from Charlotte. Thanks very much, Sergeant.
Thanks, Sergeant.
You're welcome.